Hello and welcome to All Things Nerdy. Here with me is Jason, your host, and me, Tyler.
Yep.
And today we have 26 topics to talk about today.
Yep.
And
And
now that the intro's out of the way, take it away.
yeah, I can tell that you went all out on how this intro was gonna go. And a little point out that I do want to make. We're 13 episodes in, and you want to know something crazy? We haven't had a guest yet. Yeah,
Hmm.
Zonker's cousin doesn't count because he dipped for the majority of episode 9, and if he was there during the entirety of the recording, then that's when we would count it, but it don't count. Alright, never to. And of course, when it comes to our usernames, Tyler Shredded Shadow, well, he's right there for me because my camera is like flipped mirror wise.
Just do this.
Yeah,
That way it's both angles. I don't know.
yeah, like I can like if I point this way, it would look weird with the angle, but if I point here, that's how I know I'm pointing at you.
Yeah, because you're over here on my end.
Yeah. All right.
It's probably pointing the other way at you.
Nevertheless, the first topic I do want to get out of the way. So, you know how in episode 11 I let you and B interview me about the Mirrorgate universe?
Yes.
If you have anything that you're curious of on what's planned for horror game season, I'm willing to answer any questions in the best of my ability.
Okay. Will there be any great jump scares?
Jump scares are inevitable to avoid regardless of what game we play. And it would also be included in horror films that's planned. You're not going to get a good look if you're watching the video version, but what's planned in that order is It, Fear Street, The Conjuring, and Insidious because they were all community votes, and that's the part that I do want to have fun with for future horror game season cinema lineups, which is a Discord watch along event because I know that I can get into legal trouble with copyright if it was on YouTube and Twitch. And you want to know a fun fact about one of the events that I planned out?
What would that be?
So for by time when it's my 21st birthday, and for context for those who may not know, I turned 21 this year, August 17th. I could technically have my first drinking stream on the 19th of August.
August 17th will be your big day, huh?
Yep. And
Hmm.
you want to know something that would be a lit birthday? If I like imagine going to a Hooters for your 21st birthday and you get like some wings and some alcohol, like that would be a lit birthday, man.
Yeah. You know what would be even more lit?
What's that?
Club.
True that.
And then we're going to get loose, get loose, get loose with it.
Yep. And another thing, and if there's like any other stuff that you're curious of for horror game season, like what I said, I am willing to answer them in the best of my ability. And if I end up leaving for a quick few minutes during the middle of the recording, that's because food is being made in the background at the time of recording this episode.
When that happens, I'll just be like, and that's a wrap for this part of the recording. Pause and wait.
And then, like, if you wanted to, you could also promote the Rogue Energy sponsorship, which, speaking of, For those who wants to support the buddies, make sure you use code Yep It's the Buddies at RogueEnergy.com.
Do it. I'll find you.
God damn. Yeah, and I did also memorize that from 2 episodes ago, we were talking about a potential idea of a Gamer Subs partnership.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now that will sound phenomenal
Yeah,
if you can get that partnership.
that would be, which, with how it's being affected, we'll get into that later. And with the horror games that I have planned out, like, all I'm gonna say is that if there's any surprises, be on your toes for that one. Because so far, for what there is so far on, like, what's publicly going to premiere is Amanda the Adventurer, Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc, Resident Evil 2, The Quarry, and of course, like what I've been doing since 2021, horror maps will also be included.
Sounds like a cram packed full of fun.
Yep. It's gonna be packed with horror game content if you're a fan of this stuff.
Yep, content out the wazoo.
And you wanna know what's gonna be lit about this year?
What would that be?
The horror game season merch is coming back to the Buddy Strip Market, but it's gonna have a new design, and let me tell you, it is fucking peak when you see the design. Like, you can tell just by looking at it that I went all out, balls deep, on the redesigns, and it looks insane when you get a chance to look at it.
You're so balls deep, even the peanut butter jealous how you teacupped it.
Exactly. Like, it would. Okay, I'm gonna say this for a joke. It would make Spencer's look jealous.
And not the front section. Always the back section.
Exactly. That's the part that I was making the joke about. See, he gets the joke that I'm talking about. And I've lost count.
Oh, and also, kids that are watching, disclaimer: don't go to the back of Spencer's.
Yeah, don't go to the back of the Spencer's unless if you want to see sex toys and adult stuff. Like I've like seen dick gum. I've seen gummies that is in a shape of a penis before. I'm not even joking. That is a legit thing.
Depending on the flavor and if it's actually good,
Yeah.
I may not be gay, but I might try it.
Yeah, I'm pansexual, so I can make a joke saying that I ate a dick if I was to do that. Nevertheless, I've lost count on how many times we've talked about this, but whenever we talk about Naraka Blade Point, it's because of a collaboration that they've had, and last time it was with The Witcher 3, and they're having a Sanrio collaboration, but they are having designs inspired by the Sanrio characters, like Cinema Roll, Hello Kitty, you get the idea. And, of course, I'm not cultured when it comes to the Sanrio characters, because I don't know all of them.
Don't worry. I'm also an uncultured swine.
Like, with the Sanrio characters, Cinema Roll. Yeah, whoever made this design, what are you doing, bro?
I'm like locked on.
Yeah, you just logged on the moment you saw them Sanrio inspired character designs.
Locked on. Do I see titties and ass?
What about them thighs though? Oh.
Oh, I'll eat those drumsticks in a heartbeat.
Bro, you are
And I don't mean zombie style. I do not mean zombie style.
Bro,
I mean,
you are going to horny jail after this episode, bro.
yes, I am diabolical.
Yeah, and outside of our content in this podcast, we are 8 episodes in on Solo Leveling Season 1. He got me into it. I'm enjoying the hell out of it so far.
Yep, and when he reaches season 2, oh, he's gonna cream on how good it is.
So what you're saying is that the nut is going to
You're
be
gonna
busted from
bust.
how good it is.
Oh, you're gonna be busted.
Yeah.
You're gonna be creaming.
Okay. Alright, so what's your honest... So, Fatal Fury City the Wolves, they have 4 confirmed guest characters so far, and everybody was happy to see Ken and Chun-Li as guest characters, and there's 2 of them
Of course.
that are real lifers that they didn't really know how to feel about it at first. Like, Cristiano Ronaldo, he was a weird addition, but with Salvatore Ganacci, who is a DJ, nobody knew how to feel about him at first, and they were making jokes saying that Maximilian dude got in the game. And a fun fact about Salvatore is that he's a fan of the Th1ngs games, and I'm happy for him that he got into the game as a guest character, which makes fans appreciate his inclusion, and his gameplay is fun. And a few episodes ago, I predicted Chun-Li on her being a guest character for Fatal Fury City the Wolves, but I was wrong about Ryu. We got Ken instead, which I honestly think it makes sense, given the fact that Ken and Terry are friends in Capcom vs. SNK.
Of course, they brought in Chun-Li.
Bro, they brought in Mai in Street Fighter 6. Like, we got Terry and Mai in...
It's for all the simps. It's for all the simps out there.
Yeah, so Terry and Mai are the first 2 guest characters that we've gotten in the Street Fighter series. And and you want to know what would be crazy for a guest character idea? Kazuya or Heihachi in Street Fighter 6 or Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. That would be fucking nuts. Yeah, especially in Street Fighter 6, because that can technically bring back Capcom... Wait, no. That could technically bring back Street Fighter versus Tekken.
I was about to say Tekken. Talking about Kazuya from Tekken, right?
Yes.
Good idea.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, that would be a 10 out of 10 inclusion if it was in Street Fighter 6.
Have him a super like move that turns him into that demon.
Exactly. And as for potential guest character ideas, I do think that Harumaru would be a good addition to Fatal Fury, given the fact that Samurai Showdown and Fatal Fury is from the same game developers. Same game studio, I should say. And I'ma be 100% honest with you. I do think that Cristiano Ronaldo was a weird inclusion, but I'm happy for Salvatore, given the fact that he's a fan of SNK, that he was included. And how I can describe Okay, I'll be right back. So if... Alright, so...
Use
We'll be right
code.
back after this commercial break. Not an actual commercial break, but you get the idea. Editor, put in a SpongeBob time card.
A few moments later.
Guess what I have, my brother?
Is what I have.
I have a meatball sub. You have a cat.
Yes.
Anyways, who do you think would be a good guest character for Fatal Fury or Street Fighter? This meatball sub slaps.
About Bison
Who?
or whoever that red captain guy is, the main
M.
villain
Bison?
for yeah, M. Bison. Yeah,
That would be pretty sick to see. And Heihachi was a guest character for Soul Calibur 2 because Cloud Strife was in consideration, but that didn't happen due to rights.
hmm.
And I honestly do want to see a Soul Calibur character make it into Tekken someday. Because
Question, just out of topic question.
what's up?
Have you seen Street Fighter in real life?
Mm-mm.
The video? No? We gotta show it to you later. It's freaking hilarious.
Alright, so there was a incident in Disneyland.
Of course, Disney made a mistake.
Well, here's what happened. So the actor who was dressed as Indiana Jones had to run from a boulder, but he wasn't fast enough and he got crushed from it.
Oh, bozo.
Yeah, and they were like, stay calm. How can we stay calm if somebody potentially died?
They should have used, like, styrofoam rock or something.
Mm-hmm.
That way it wouldn't be as heavy, nor legitimately crush him if it caught up to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this meatball sub is delicious.
You sound like you're enjoying it.
Yeah. I hate this feeling to where whenever my jaw pops, I can hear the inside of it pop. It's an uncomfortable feeling.
It's like when you tickle the inside of your mouth, right? But worse.
Pretty much.
You're like, yeah, question mark.
Yeah. And I played some Phasmo earlier this week because
Phasmophobia?
yeah, I was collaborating with Zombie Bites at the time. Like, we were playing Devour at first, and then we switched to Phasmo because I was like, I feel like Devour would be more fun if we had a bigger group. But it is fucking scary, though. Like, honestly, the scariest multiplayer co-op.
Is that the one where you got jump scared on?
Yes.
Ooh.
Like, flashlights flicker, and there's demons that are trying to hunt you down. Like, it is terrifying. And Phasmophobia had a Easter event called Cursed Hollow. And I'm sure that there are some people that said, fuck Easter, we're gonna get high on weed. And then here's just me being like, fuck Easter, I'm smoking cheese. Why you looking like that, bro?
Shut up, God! Shut up!
You telling your cat to shut up?
He's being annoying now. He doesn't need anything. He had his outside time at night. He has fucking food and water. He has his litter box cleaned out. What do you want, you little twat?
Yeah,
I gave him everything and he wants more.
That's crazy.
Ungrateful swine.
Yeah. And there were some houses that were decorated for Easter, but it didn't just feel like that. Like, it had, like, some green lights in the dark, And there were wooden bunnies in there, and there was cracked Easter eggs in some nests.
Would you say dark green or neon green?
Uh, dirty water green.
Like murky swamp water kind of green.
Yes, that's a good way to describe it.
So very blackish dark green.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And I have no idea what this game is, but Bloodstrikers is having a collaboration with Attack on Titan. Like I'm gonna look up what it is real quick.
Eren Yeager.
And it is a free to play game. Gather your friends and dive into action-packed battle royale, squad fight, or hot zone like there's no tomorrow. Bloodstrike offers a wide range of playable strikers, each with a unique active and passive ability, letting you deploy drones, shield walls, and everything in between. And I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, Chief. I stopped playing Battle Royale as a genre last year because it is too competitive and it is fucking toxic.
Would you say it's even Fortnite toxic?
Yes. Like, you have no idea how toxic it can be.
Is like Call of Duty chat toxic?
Not like at a level to where they say racist shit, but yes.
But it's pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, Call of Duty has the most racist toxicity, if you ask me.
I think it's a bunch of everything wrong in that chat. It's like not only are they slurring out the wazoo, they're after you. They're not nibbling your ankles, they're biting it off.
Mm-hmm.
It is just wild how it can just go from hey, what's up to censor everything here.
Yeah, you didn't say anything, so nothing came through.
Yeah,
Nevertheless,
I know that
yeah.
was on purpose.
Nevertheless, what's your honest thoughts about a upcoming Darth Maul show that is an animated Star Wars show?
Not Tales of the Jedi, but is it like the samurai one? I think it was.
Hmm?
You're talking about from the Star Wars announcements that not that long ago, like maybe a week or two ago.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Is it from? Because I watched the one from day 3.
So, it is
Because
given the fact that it's going to be an animated show, I feel like that this may surpass the other Star Wars shows, given the fact that most of them suck.
you think the Star Wars anime is good?
I haven't watched it, so I can't say.
I haven't watched it neither. I was just wondering if you have any. What do you think of some of the snippets you might have seen of it?
I haven't seen any snippets.
No, no trailer snippets or nothing like that. You
Mm-mm.
haven't even. Ah, there no teaser stuff you've seen.
Mm-mm.
Okay, bro, you are gobbling that down. You love balls in your mouth that much?
Yeah, the food basically said, "Can I put my balls in your jaw?"
Yo, jaws, yo, jaws, bones in your jaw. Can
I
I?
couldn't.
Can
I couldn't
I?
let go of that joke because of how you said it.
Can I?
Can I put my balls in your jaw? Okay. Back.
Hey, speaking of balls, I just want somebody to tickle my balls, rub my balls, hold them,
Oh my.
talk to me.
Yeah.
Why? You hear this?
Hear what?
I guess the camera doesn't pick it up because it counts as noise to it, so it cancels it out instead of words. Because my cat is bellowing meows.
That is
And there he goes.
insane.
Like he's begging for something, and I don't know what it is. Like he
Yeah.
was
I.
just outside, had food and water. I don't know what he wants.
Yeah. I know that there was a animated show announcement. I just don't remember what the title of it was, but it's nice to see that we're having a show to where Darth Maul is the main character, but the concern that I have is whether or not if the narrative is going to be good, given the fact that most of the modern stuff for Marvel and Star Wars, it's been hit or miss.
If they give him the Clone Wars animated series voice, they've done good.
Exactly. Like if we get that, I will die happy.
You'd be like, "Take me now, Rapture." Ooh.
Yeah, no, it would be like a happy memory that I can take to the grave with me.
Suddenly, a second later, a beam of light pulls you into the sky, and like an alien beam or
Oh my
something.
god.
And then suddenly you're like, "Where am I?" And suddenly there's clouds everywhere, and you're just like,
Am I
"Oh
in
boy!"
heaven?
And then suddenly God's like, "Yes, my child. You freaking ignoramus. You have not, like, you haven't seen this before. You have documentaries on this. You freaking." Oh.
Yeah. And also, and there's a new upcoming horror movie called Clown in a Cornfield. And a fun fact about it is that it's going to be adapted from a novel of the same name.
Have you seen The Woman in the Yard?
No.
Do you know of it? It's a horror. It's a Black House or whatever film.
Yeah, so the
It's a
release
horror.
date for Clown in a Cornfield is going to be May 9th. And I have not seen a movie in theaters this year yet.
So that's why you haven't seen Woman in the Yard.
Yeah, never. Yeah, I didn't know about its existence.
But yeah, it's a horror. Yeah.
Yeah, so the director is going to be Ellie Craig. And here's what Google says for an overview. Looking for a fresh start, Quinn and her father moved to a quiet town of Keppel Springs. They soon learn the fractured community has fallen on hard times after losing a treasured factory to a fire. As the local bicker amongst themselves and tensions boil over, a sinister grinning clown emerges from the cornfields to cleanse the town of its burdens, one bloody victim at a time. And based on these images, it's a clown. It's somebody wearing a clown costume with a clown mask. And if you guys are watching the video, I showed the image of the chainsaw. But that's not the only weapon he's gonna use. He's gonna use a variety of weapons, guns included.
So it's like Leatherface, but replace Leatherface with the clown.
That is the perfect way to describe it, yes. But instead of just a chainsaw, he would use whatever weapons he can get his hands on.
Would he be like Michael Myers and be hard to kill?
Given the fact that there's not a whole lot known about it, I am not 100% sure, but I do want to see it in theaters when it comes out. Like get like the Floridians of the group together and we just like get a chance to watch it in theaters. That would be an awesome time.
Yeah, like Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, and also with that Jason mask that I custom painted, there were people making jokes saying that that's my mask just because my first name is Jason.
Well, it is your mask, is it not?
Yes, but I am not that Jason.
Did I say you were that Jason?
No, I was just poking fun at you. And fun fact about
Oh,
it,
I was looking for it at you.
yeah, it was a see-through. Yeah, it was a see-through mask at first. I used white spray paint for the white part, and then used some red paint to add the finished touches. Like, I didn't want to go for like a dirty mask. I just wanted to go for something clean and easily recognizable.
Mm.
And for a character in the Mayorgate universe who is Th1ngs, also known as Scrapper, imagine Jason's mask with a combination of Kun Lao's hat. A
Mm.
razor-bladed mask would be sick to see.
Freddy Krueger's hands,
What do you mean?
like the little knife fingers, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the first character that did it, and a good point that I always bring up is what the line I always come back. Chucky said it first in horror movies, and William Afton, also known as the Purple Guy, said it first in video games. So both of those characters can have the line, even though Chucky said it first.
Child's play.
Yeah. And we all know that Kanye West has been controversial for being racist, but apparently something that's fucked up is that it was somebody was like, "What happened to taking your secrets to the grave?" And apparently he said that he's been sucking his cousin's dick until they were 14, which confirms he's not only a racist, he's a pedophile. And last time we talked about somebody who was a pedophile, it was a kid behind the camera because he's been dating his wife since she was 15 and she lied about her age. And I'm just bringing that up just to give like a little bit of a recap because from when we talked about him at the time, I did give a recap from when I talked about official Seon, but that's not who we're talking about right now. It's just
E. Diddy, Drake, and EDP, Drake,
it.
and P.
Yeah,
Diddy.
first it was Drake on who was called out for being a pedophile. Now Kanye West is being called out for being a pedophile. I think we have officially found P. Diddy 2.0.
Kendrick Lamar, take it away.
I don't know what Kendrick Lamar has done that's controversial.
No, no, no. I don't mean take. I mean take it away with another song about how there's another artist that's a pedo.
Oh, yes. Yeah, so yeah, we
Basically, he
got
made a whole.
Kanye
Kendrick
West
Lamar made a song
became
about Drake.
P. Diddy 2.0 before we got GTA 6, Injustice 3, and Dark Deception Chapter 5.
Before GTA 6.
I already said that one.
I know. I just want to repeat it because it's that important.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I don't listen to Kanye's music because he's overrated, and I don't let and I always separate art from the artist, and I don't listen to Kanye's music because he's overrated, but behind the scenes, I've known that he's a controversial piece of shit for being a racist, but he is definitely gonna see Satan when he dies.
He'd probably give him the middle finger, let's be honest.
Yeah, yeah, and another thing I'm gonna be honest about is that Satan is gonna have fun punishing Kanye West for what he's done. And there's a browser extension called Twitch Lurker, which the fun thing about that is that if you have it installed on Opera, Google Chrome, or Firefox, you don't have to manually open a tab. Like, it can open one for you. That way you can support your favorite streamer without having to miss a stream. Which I honestly think it's a good browser extension to have, especially if you're supporting more than one streamer. And from when it was being brought up in other Discord servers, I wanted to say this in my own words. So here's what I said from when it was announced. With how this is being brought up in other communities as well as social media, we may as well join in on introducing a browser extension known as Twitch Lurker. If you're not able to manually open a tab for any Twitch streamer, this will automatically open a tab for the streamer you want to support. Let's say for these examples, you want to support your favorite member of the Buddies, like, let's say me or Tyler, someone who is on a road to affiliate and or partner, or if you want to support your friends, you don't have to miss a stream ever again. That's a fucking W on this browser extension. And if you have like the streamer favorited in the extension, that's gonna be like the targets on like who the tab is gonna switch to. That way, if the streamers that you want to support gets equal support just as much as the next one. Tyler.exe has stopped working. Are you about to bust by the information I gave you? Got it. Yeah, matter of fact, from you said that got quote of the month for March 2025 because that was so funny.
About the boss.
I'm about to buzz by the information you gave me, and then I just like lost it. Like, I died from laughter. Like, I needed to drink some water and put on deodorant. B was like fucking laughing his ass off.
About the boss. Over and over again. I'm gooning. I'm strip jorging it. Yeah.
I don't know how to goon.
Have you ever creamed?
I have creamed, yes.
All you have to do is just keep doing it.
So keep doing it until I'm drained.
Yes. Till you pass out.
Good to know.
Basically, ecstasy to death.
Yeah, just keep doing it until you just can't walk anymore.
No, do it until you wake up and like, why is my wee out?
Oh my god.
Just straight up, in the middle of it, you're just like, huh?
Yep.
What?
So, there's a small content creator by the name of Ellie Emberin. She got banned from the Buddies community after I figured this shit out because she's been under controversy for stealing posts from Twitter.
We got a Twitter rat among us.
Yep. And I basically called her the Sniper Wolf of Blue Sky. Alright, so I'm gonna...
Sniper wolf.
So...
Small VTuber.
Yeah. And the post was also stolen. This one doesn't have a date, which is suspicious. But you can tell just by looking at this that the posts were stolen. And I'm happy that this person stopped me from collaborating with her again, because the first time I did it, I had no idea about it, and I was like, hey, I admit it. I did it with a blind eye, not knowing what happened.
Retweeting is one thing, but straight up stealing it and making it your own, saying it's your own, that's another thing entirely.
Yeah. And what she said as an excuse is people do it all the time and posts are not original. Which those two things are not an excuse. That just raises red flags.
Yeah, that's like saying, "Oh, I steal from my husband all the time. He's rich."
Yeah, that's
Like, is that like that's a valid, good excuse? Yeah, no,
that's a white girl shit right there.
that's some gold digger shit right there.
Nah. That's some blondie shit. And yes, I can poke fun at them because nine
That's like
times out of
white,
10 they're
like
just
white
pieces of
blonde girl.
shit.
That's like scary movie white blonde girl kind of stupid.
Yeah. And also another stolen post, copied and pasted, and she's been also accused of using AI generated art, and everybody knows about it because of how bad the quality is. Like, it doesn't look like it was commissioned from an actual artist. That shit is AI generated. Like, why?
Okay, a 5-year-old can draw better than you.
bro, bro. Like, if I want art, I would honestly commission. Like, so here's a baby no money meme that I can think of. AI art, thumbs down. Commissioning artists, thumbs up. I wholeheartedly agree with baby no money with that one.
Artists who can sing versus artists who can't sing.
Exactly. And they were like, and he was like, AI artists, go fuck yourself, learn how to draw.
And I bet you draw. I bet if you actually draw it for me, I bet you a 5-year-old can beat you in an art contest. No cap.
Yup. That is a good roast right there, because nobody, like, I mean, literally, no one uses AI generated art. And
I bet you even if you drew a stick figure, a 4-year-old could draw one that looks a million times better than yours.
exactly.
And that's why, and even DeVito would say otherwise. That you look like you drew freaking garbage. You drew a piece of poo. You drew shit.
Yeah,
Drew nothing.
yeah, the Roll34 website has like a setting to where you can suppress AI generated posts.
You draw so good, you might as well just draw a line and say that's my masterpiece.
Exactly. And did you know that Elder Scrolls has a remake for an old game?
Talk about Bloodborne.
No. They remade Oblivion a few weeks ago. Well, 8 days ago at the time of the recording of this podcast.
Oh, you mean the remaster?
Yes. And I'm not surprised that it's been blowing up on Twitch.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Skyrim is the Elder Scrolls game that no game can top. At least in my opinion.
Actually,
Of course you were gonna do that nerd fucking meme.
because you pointed a second ago, I was gonna do it right then and there, but I didn't want to interrupt you, so I did it right after.
That's just
Didn't want to be rude, so I'm just gonna be rude and say, actually.
yeah. Yeah, the remake of Oblivion is in my Steam wish list. And I'm gonna be honest, I would be surprised if we see a remake for Morrowind.
What's your opinion on Skyrim?
It is the best Bethesda game in existence. Alongside with Fallout New Vegas.
I bought it for $20 on my Nintendo Switch.
Which game?
Skyrim.
Oh shit. Yeah, the game is fucking goated. And
Loaded with the sauce.
the remaster of Oblivion is $50, which I honestly think that's fair given the fact that most games would like be around 60 would be around 70 to $80, which that is just too much. But
That's criminal.
yeah, that is
But
criminal. Like that is
you want to know
greedy.
what's even more criminal?
What's that?
You know what Nintendo is doing right now?
They are pricing Mario Kart World for $80.
And even worse, when they make physical copies for the Switch too, the physical copies are not. They're now going to be like digital copies in card form. And what's even worse about that? They're $90, $10 more than the digital.
Yeah, that is definitely criminal.
That is criminal.
Yeah,
That's like saying, "Hey, if you want
Nintendo
to
is
do
fucking
not
greedy, dude.
with your card." Yeah, like bro, it's like saying, "Here's a digital copy. Here's a version that you can put in your system." But it's basically the same thing with a little bit of plastic over it.
Yeah, like and here I thought Warner Brother Games was greedy.
Nintendo is king of greed.
Exactly, and they've been under a lot of controversy for it. Like, we talked about the Warner Brothers controversy 2 episodes ago.
You want to know what's even just as bad as that?
What's
They
that?
made Nintendo Tour, the tour for Nintendo Switch 2, they made it $10. Something that's supposed to be free for the tutorial for the system. It costs money. $10.
Yeah, so here's a little story that I do want to tell before we get into this topic. So, last week, last Tuesday at the time of recording this episode, I went out to a dinner because my grandma on my stepdad's side got married, and I was happy for her. Everybody made it. I was getting caught up with one of my cousins because I was like having fun hanging out with him. There were some new friends that I was made, and one of the things that caught me by surprise is that there is going to be an Outlast movie that is going to be based off of the Outlast game. I shit you not. There is literally going to be an Outlast movie.
I love Underline Slopper.
Bro, that. Like, I was like, wait, are you serious? Like, bro, I am excited to see what they do. Like, I hope they cook with this because the Until Dawn, the Until Dawn movie fucking sucked, dude.
They're either gonna make me cream or they're gonna make me go lamb.
Exactly. Like either the nut is busted or it's not busted at all.
If it makes it go limp, do not watch. If it makes it so excited it creams, then you go. See
Yeah, like
it.
imagine if it's
Watch it
like at
with
the Five Nights at
binoculars.
Freddy's movie level of popular to where everybody enjoys it. Except for the critics. Fuck you, critics, for shitting on the first Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Yeah. I am sorry I've never seen it yet.
I
I apologize.
Nah, it's so good. Like, if anything, like We could do that as a movie night before we potentially watch Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
The only part of the movie I've seen was literally the end where the guy's like, "Oh fuck." That was the only scene I've ever seen about that movie.
And with how the scream looked bad, there were some people that were making memes of the Freddy scream where it's like something else. And somebody edited it to where it's the actual scream from the game.
Like the Foxy scream.
No, it was Freddy that was screaming from when William Afton was being killed by the spring locks in the suit. I don't know what you said.
Moaning plankton meme.
Yeah, your microphone didn't pick it up the first time you said it. And
Now you got it.
everybody in the theater was like cheering on the movie from when William Afton said, "I always come back."
Didn't Chucky do that first?
Yes, but like what I said, William Afton said it first in the video game. And other stuff that was hype for the movie was from when we saw the Matt Pat cameo and the Corey Kenshin cameo. And the correct answer to the question of why do I always get the weirdos, my answer is because you're a content creator.
Yes, weirdos flock to content creators.
Yeah, at first, like when you get to know me, I can be socially awkward, but I'm a nice guy once you get to know me. Because, like what narrator said in the Unsubscribed podcast, I will treat you as a friend until you prove otherwise.
Yes, he is someone you can get loose with and get goaded with the sauce and
Exactly.
get freaky and still be fine as long as you don't go overboard.
Oh my god. Alright, so Marvel
Quirky
Rivals is
character
having a
white boy.
RAM experiment for those who is at 16 gigabytes of RAM, and because it hogs the fuck out of your RAM in the PC.
Are you a corked up white boy?
What?
Are you a corked up white boy goaded with the sauce?
I'm goaded with the sauce. Yes, I got good taste with the drip.
And
What else?
are you a corked up white boy?
I am a white boy.
Are you corked up?
What do you mean by that?
You know what I
Okay. Can we get back into the topics?
mean. Yeah, I'm just
So,
trying to smoke your balls.
so the Marvel Rivals is having a RAM experiment where if you have 16 gigabytes worth of RAM in your PC, or if you have an old one, they're having it set up to where, like, there's like a RAM to where they're lowering down the RAM to where it doesn't lag as much. Like, I've had my current PC for 5 years, so it's a potato PC. There are some modern games that it cannot handle. Like, it can't even handle Payday 2. And one other, like, my PC cannot handle Marvel Rivals without it lagging.
Mm.
Yeah, like, I was playing as Moon Knight, I was kicking ass. It just cannot handle it.
You know what I think is awful about Marvel Rivals?
It has a gooner problem.
Okay, second one, I should say.
What's the second one?
It's not available for the Nintendo Switch.
I see your point.
Yeah, it's literally every other platform except for the Nintendo Switch. Well, with the Nintendo Switch 2 coming out, you would think it would come out for that too. You would think it's just a better graphics, better everything. You'd think it would handle more of a rivals. So they should make it for the Switch 2.
Yeah. And if we get the next Xbox and when we get PlayStation 6, I'm sure it's going to be cross-gen. Like, for example, Mortal Kombat 11 is cross-gen because from when it came out at the time, it was for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and from when all the DLC characters came out, it became cross-gen for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S. You get the idea.
Mm-hmm.
What's your honest thoughts about the Katy Perry drama?
I think all dramas when it comes to singers like her, I think they should just, I don't know, just, how do I put this?
Yeah, she was in space for a few
Yeah,
minutes, and then she kissed the ground from when she went back. And there's been like some space ninjas in her concerts, but one part that I would say that's controversial is that she used AI for the in the videos and the screens that is right behind her.
ugh,
Like, can we?
worse than the GI dwarves from Snow White.
Yeah, speaking of, we're gonna get into that more later.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I honestly just think that it's just stupid that Katie uses AI, and the shows just like haven't been hitting very hard. Like, it just feels
It's
awkward.
cringe. And cringe.
Yeah. And it's also and it just feels like that money was wasted from when she was in space only for a few minutes. Fit
That's the biggest waste of money known to mankind.
exactly.
Like, who goes to space for 5 minutes?
Yeah, and Resident Evil 9 has been teased.
Can't wait for 10.
Bro, we don't know if 9 is gonna be good or not. Hold that thought, man.
The future is boundless.
But here's where a good question lies. Who's going to be the protagonist of Resident Evil 9? Because Ethan Winters ends up sacrificing his life for his daughter in Resident Evil Village, aka Resident Evil 8, and Leon has not been seen in action since Resident Evil 6, and
Oh,
Chris has
I
been
was gonna
in a
skip.
shit ton of missions, and he's still around in Resident Evil 8. We don't know if Rose Winters will be around for the next game or not for Resident Evil 9. So it could be
What was that
anybody at this
blonde
point.
chick? What was that blonde chick with that was always with Leon? Alice or something?
Yeah, which blonde chick are you referring to?
The short haired blonde chick that everyone refers to as a mouse.
Does she have an orange shirt and wears a green skirt?
Don't know. All I know is she has like Gwen style short blonde hair.
Yeah, I
Like
think you're
almost.
referring to Ashley Graham, but I don't think she's gonna be the next main character.
Well, I mean, I would think so. I question: is the Umbrella Corporation still around? Because I've not been keeping track.
I don't know the rest of my Resident Evil lore, so I don't know.
What? Well, do you know about the lore? You know about the lore in 8, right?
Yes, I do also know about the lore in Resident Evil 4.
Okay.
It,
And was there any mention of the Umbrella Corporation at all in 8?
no, not that I know of, but I do know that there was mention of it in Resident Evil 4, but I don't think they're still around.
All right, that's good. They're dickheads.
Mm-hmm. That was just cheese.
Jeez.
Yeah, I honestly think that Leon Kennedy should come back for Resident Evil 9.
He's goaded.
Yeah, he is goated. So is Chris, but Leon's better. And if you have a problem with it, fight me. Challenge me in Banana Shooter because I am cracked at that game.
This is my friend here, Justin, and he's cracked at Fortnite, my guy. Huh?
Oh my god. I don't know what meme you were referencing. Like, this is.
This is my friend Justin. He's taken, and he's cracked at Fortnite, my guy.
Oh my god. Alright.
Yeah, the people watch this podcast, they might know. They might.
Yeah. The Blade movie, the new one with the new actor, there's been rumors that it's gonna get canceled. And I'm honestly concerned about how it's going to affect the MCU. Like, have you seen Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't need to worry about spoiling for it for you. Spoiler warning for the audience who may not have watched the movie. Wesley Snipes as Blade was a cameo in it. And what he said is there's been only one Blade and there will only ever be one Blade.
If that is so, then how did he escape the void?
I see your
Because
point. Like it
last I checked, he never got out.
and he did put his beef aside with Ryan Reynolds for the Blade cameo. And in the past, Wesley Snipes has been under controversy for tax fraud. Was it tax fraud or tax evasion?
Are you talking about the one who played Gambit?
No. I'm talking about the guy that played Blade.
Oh.
Bruh.
I dumb. I pay attention not. I stupid.
Yeah, you need to restart your brain.
Yes, my brain ain't braining.
Yeah, your brain go burr.
My brain
Yeah,
sees none but static.
yeah, the brain fog just like came in on your mind.
Just suddenly the drool, and I'm like, what were we talking about?
Yeah. So, the Mission Impossible series is going to have its final movie next month, which is pretty much about to be this month at the time this episode comes out.
It's the 30th.
Yeah, it's April 30th at the time of recording this episode, but it's
Last day of the
May
month.
at the time this episode is out, so fuck you. We don't pay attention to time.
I do, because I live now. They live then. I live now.
Yeah.
I am the captain now.
Oh my god. Yeah. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm curious on how the Mission Impossible series is gonna end, given the fact that I haven't watched it.
James Bond cameo.
And I wouldn't be surprised if that's gonna be the last movie we see Tom Cruise in, given the fact that the man is 62.
Doesn't look a day over 35.
Yeah, and what Robert Patrick said is that the Tom Cruise run was stolen from Robert Patrick. Yeah, Robert Patrick did it first, Tom Cruise stole it.
What's your opinion on Robert Downey Jr.?
What do you mean?
I mean, for the next Marvel movie, Doomsday.
Yeah, I'm happy to see him come back, but I honestly hope that he's a different character. Like, it would just
Like,
feel
not.
weird to see a Tony Stark be Doctor Doom.
I mean, in a way, it makes sense. In a way, if you read the comics, of course. Yes.
Are you saying Tony Stark is Doctor Doom?
In an alternate reality, yes, he becomes Doctor Doom in an alternate reality in a different Earth, I think. Yeah.
And there's also been rumors that the Thunderbolts and the X-Men, Deadpool included, may be in the next Avengers movie. Which,
Fucking.
imagine seeing Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool teaming up with the Avengers. That would be fucking cool.
What about the Winter Soldier?
The Winter Soldier has been in every Avengers movie since Infinity War. I don't remember about Age of Ultron, if I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't think he was there then. It was like right at Civil War he was introduced, I think, for the Avengers movies.
Yeah, I think it was Civil War now that I think about it. I haven't watched those movies in a long time, man.
Mm. And you heard of the new Spider-Man movie coming out?
Which Spider-Man movie?
Fourth one?
Are they making a fourth Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie?
No, sadly. It's Tom Holland.
I wonder what they're going to be in the kitchen with this one. Is Tom Hardy going to be Venom in it if we're having Venom?
I mean, it's still an early like production, but you can Google Tom Holland Spider-Man 4. Google it.
Alright. Yeah, and there is a Daredevil Born Again.
Hmm.
Spider-Man Brand New Day. Oh shit. So, it does say it's coming out July 31st, 2026. That so that's coming out when my Twitch channel has its 5th anniversary because this year makes it the 4th anniversary.
Hmm.
Oh my god, Tom Hardy is going to be in it. Oh, Spider-Man versus Venom would be sick.
You know what would be better? An alliance with those two.
That would also be pretty sick. Like,
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the way Venom is portrayed in the movies so far, he's not much of a villain as much as an anti-hero. And, if he were to meet with Spider-Man, I don't think they would be like mortal enemies immediately. At least not, you know, immediately.
yeah, so apparently there's been good reviews about the new Daredevil show that's on Disney Plus. And a And one of the texts says the devil's work is never done. That's been done countless times. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, that's a overused quote.
Yeah, and I'm a. Given the fact that it's good, I gotta give that a watch at some point.
Hmm.
And there's also
Never grab a devil by the horns. You might get stabbed.
yeah, and there's also a Netflix original Punisher series. Oh, that's from 2017. Okay, my bad. I thought it was new.
For what?
The Punisher show that I mentioned. But we do but the Daredevil show is new and I'm happy for Daredevil that he's been getting good reviews for his show.
Hmm.
And I've been doing a bit of research about the Snow White controversy.
Mm.
Yeah, but with how you know more than me, I'm gonna let you do the rest of the talking on that one.
Where should I start? Hmm. Where?
Let this man cook with his thoughts.
Most despicable, vile, human being trash. The fact that she got the lead role is astonishing. The fact that right before the first preview and the interviews, the fact that she would just say all those controversial things, and I can't, and for her to just be so snobby about it. And then she wants to go to war at Disney for firing her because of her actions. Really,
Yeah,
it's
Disney
not
is
very
forever ruined
viable.
because of that.
Yeah, she's single handedly, well, not single handedly. She just did the finishing blow on Disney. Disney rightfully fired her. Now no company wants her because they know how she worked with Disney and was fired for good reason. And even the co-workers that she was working with for the movie didn't like her neither. And for good reason. Honestly, if I was on that set, I would show some gender equality of my own
Yeah.
and tell
And
her though,
she's also said that the original was weird, which I disagree with you on that one.
dude, it's a classic. Why would you call a classic weird
Exactly.
when the new one you're doing is the weird one? Like, why would you
That is the
try to
most
change the story?
backwards thought ever said by
The
an
most
actor.
ass backwards. The most ass backwards.
Exactly, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, it
Like,
is
what?
just fucking. It's just fucking wild, man.
Yeah, it's wild how she can act like that and think it's just justifiable. It's not.
Yeah, and Jenna Ortega did say that she is a bitch. Career
Yeah,
over.
yeah. Jenna Ortega. I don't know why she's trying to put the blame on her for the fall of the movie. But it's wild how she can act the way she does, point fingers, and then straight up attack Disney for firing her and all that. And I'm like, sometimes you just got to admit defeat, bite the bullet by the teeth, and realize you're being a piece of shit of a human being.
Exactly. Like, it is just absolutely crazy that you say all of this controversial shit and it becomes the biggest flop. And she also crashed out at Jack Black.
Now that's news to me.
And Jack Black said
That
that
just
that her movie flopped harder than the Minecraft movie.
honestly, it's true.
Exactly, like,
100% true. Because
and
even though the people and the critics didn't like the Minecraft movie, they still watched it. They still enjoyed it because it was, again, a Minecraft movie.
exactly,
Even
and
even though it didn't have much story and it was all about a tutorial of the game and stuff. I mean, what were they going to do? It's a Minecraft movie.
exactly,
What'd you expect?
and
And then they had the audacity to try to make Snow White redo it as like this. I don't even know what it is. It's all for the trans people, all for the buys, and I'm like,
yeah, yeah, literally no one was in the theater. There would like literally be only one person in the Snow White theater, and with the
and it was
Minecraft
her.
movie, it got banned from some theaters because there were some clout chasers that would yell "chicken jockey" and just make a mess of popcorn and drinks in there.
Did you see the news about the guy that brought a live chicken
Oh yeah, I've
for the movie
seen the clip. I've seen the clip, and they were wearing a creeper mask.
and everything? Yeah,
That is
yeah.
just crazy, man.
And then they straight up pulled out the chicken when there was like chicken jockey pulls out the chicken.
That's and everybody just like threw popcorn drinks and they were like cheering about it. All right,
Oh yeah, I bet
I'm
the custodians were
I'm
not
gonna
happy about
reference
that.
the quote with something else. Google Ducky. If you if you know the context of the controversy, you'll get why I say that. So, does the name Cinder ring a bell?
Cinder, Sinder.
Yes. Yeah, she's a Hellhound VTuber, and she's been under a lot of controversy for manipulating an artist, stalking a big VTuber, and backstabbing their friends, sabotaging their careers, and suppressing any sponsorship potentials. Like, it is just absolutely fucked up of a situation. Like, hold on. Like, it is just. Like, from when I first talked about it, I overreacted from when I called Cinder a bitch, but I do think that she should get banned from social media for manipulating nanolists because manipulation is illegal.
Manipulation.
Yeah,
It's
because
not illegal. It just makes you trick someone. That was it.
here's the thing about that. Nanolist, who is the artist in question, was manipulated to work only for her. And the backstabbing was and she says that the backstabbing was just for business. That is not how you should do this shit.
Yeah, that is like evil.
Yeah, like Shy Lily, Bow, Buff Pup, Cottontail VA, they
Spell the
deserved
wolf.
better. Like, they were backstabbed behind the scenes. And Silvervale was being stalked and harassed by Cinder. Honestly, props to Silvervale for not collaborating with Cinder.
El Cinder.
Exactly. And Shy Lily and Bao was crying from when they talked about it. Like, you can hear the pain in their voice when you watch the clips. Like,
Hmm.
holy fuck, was it hard to watch from when I saw that.
You want to know human trash?
And there's
Bell the wolf.
and there's also been and another thing is that she copied Spite on the Hellhound thing, saying that and Cinder says that the Hellhound idea can only be for her. That is just absolute bullshit.
Greedy ass bitch.
Exactly. Exactly. And you want to know what's crazy? Her manager is her boyfriend. This makes it 10 times worse. Dude,
Wow.
I'm not even.
Encourage her, why don't you, manager?
Bro.
Why don't you help her be a little thief and
Yo,
take it all in?
yeah, and from she apologized about it, it was just boyfriend blaming. Nobody bought the apology, not even one person. And Shy Lily roasted Cinder in the Twitter replies.
Honestly, if I was her boyfriend, I would have left 2 years ago.
Yeah, like if I found out that she was doing that shit, I would have called her out for it and break up with her for it. Being like, hey, I do not support what you are doing. I am calling you out for your actions. Get the fuck out of
And then
my home.
and then you expect to blame me for all your bullshit? I'm sorry, but I'm out.
Exactly.
And you
That is exactly how I would take it, man.
I'm like, I'm sorry. I've considered your bullshittery and your tomfoolery and your goofy bitchness, but I'm sorry, but I'm out. Now get the fuck out.
That is exactly how I can. That is the perfect way to describe it. And there's like one. And I just like want to get the game night incident of 2024 off of my chest, but we can't talk about it publicly, which sucks. And why is because it would just start unnecessary drama with the buddies, and all because two people were banned for controversial actions and said that I was the one abusing the powers. Like, no, no, no.
Yeah, yeah. I feel that's kind of ridiculous that you would even point the finger on something like that, and then to point the finger at you, it's unforgivable.
Yeah, and the fact that everybody just ganged up on me and sided with them, that is bullshit, and I am still mad about that. Actually, fuck it. I'm gonna have to. No, I'm not gonna say any names, but what they did was that they were causing problems in the game night, and I was telling them that they were causing problems. I told them to stop. They didn't listen, and from when they were caught red-handed being toxic on stream, I called them out for it. But one thing I am at the wrong about was me overreacting in the aftermath of it. But I did the right thing from when I banned them.
Yeah, you made the right call.
Yeah, because I don't want the same thing to happen twice. And if they end up
You don't need toxicity in this city.
and if they face controversy for their actions, they reap what they sow.
Karma is a bitch.
Exactly. Like, we all know that karma is a bitch.
Mhm.
And Spirit Halloween is at their halfway to Halloween sales, and they released a Ghostbusters Ghost Trap, and they have their first animatronica 2025, but it's not just a new one. It is a remake to an old one. Everybody was happy to see him return, and he is the most accurate remake that we've gotten.
Is it the Marshmallow Ghost?
No, I know. I've been going to the Spirit Halloween store since 2010, so I know my history when it comes to that. That is not it. And if you're
Mm.
referring to Slimer, that's not it. Neither is Stay Puffed.
I'm talking about the giant ghost from the first movie, the white one,
Which white one?
the big white one at the end of the movie. that towered over buildings.
No. And the animatronic in question is a clown animatronic called Silent and Deadly, which he's from 2013, but and he has the same design but modernized, and the quality is 10 times better. Because some of the old stuff, the quality is ass, and the speaker quality for its time was alright, but hearing it now, it sucks.
Hmm. Disappointing.
Like, so imagine a crappy quality speaker.
Like an airport speaker.
I don't know about that one. Like,
Yeah,
okay, pretty much something like that. Yeah, I didn't know like where you were going, and from you did, I knew where you were going.
you know where I was getting.
Yeah, and last
Ready for takeoff. Wait for your seatbelts on.
thing of VTuber drama that we're gonna talk about in this episode, a member of V Shoujo was fired from the agency. Like, yeah, Matara is the individual in question. They said that V Jojo said that they parted ways. Matara says that she was fired.
Hmm.
And everybody loves Matara, so I understand why that V Jojo has been facing controversy, but Cinder's controversy is a lot worse. Like, I just don't know, like, where the VTuber drama is gonna go next, but I was rightfully pissed about the Cinder controversy, but, and I do think that she should be banned from social media, and her partial ownership of gamer subs should be removed.
Revoked, even.
Exactly. And we should also get rid of her flavor if we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
And I understand that they want to sponsor big content creators, but I feel like that getting to 10,000 subscribers and 10,000 followers is a lot of hard work.
Yeah. Not easy.
Yeah, no, like, I've been doing this for I've been. So, July 31st makes it 4 years on Twitch, and November 16th makes it 5 years on YouTube. And my gaming channel is sitting at 401 subscribers, and my IRL channel is sitting at 305, and my Twitch channel is sitting at 485 followers. This shit is not easy.
Yeah. Like, it would be a huge milestone for you to hit 1,000 on every single one of them.
Exactly. And like what Eddie VR, and a motivational, two motivational quotes that I can think of, three if we want to count one that I've, three if we want to count one that I've said. One is from Eddie VR, where he says, "Without fail, everyone overestimates what they can do in 1 year, but underestimate what they can do in 5." And Kai Cenat saying, "Slow motion is better than no motion." And then here's me with the mistakes I've made in the past. And I say this because there are some mistakes I've made in the past, and I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong if I'm actually guilty of it. A good motivational quote I can give to our audience is, "Success with a balance of failure is the best teacher when it comes to growth as an individual."
A book straight from Yoda.
And there a zombie movie 28 weeks later, 28 days later, 28 weeks later, now we get in 28 years later. And a fun fact about that is that the movie is going to be coming out when it is my sister's birthday. I'm not going to say how old she's turning for privacy reasons, but it is nice to. But I feel like that's going to be like a birthday present for if she ends up wanting to see the movie in theaters. And I'm not going to lie, I'm happy for the zombie movie fans that we're getting something that is going to be worth the hype. Like, a long time. Like, most of the zombie movies that I've seen, they're pretty good. Like, I've seen Zombieland, Day of the Dead Bloodline, Dawn of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead.
I have not seen that one yet, but I want to. I've seen a snippet of that. That shit is funny.
Yeah.
Man, we should do that for a movie night. That would be fun.
Yeah, the two guys are like, and the song goes.
That shit is fucking funny. And one last topic for this episode of All Things Nerdy. YouTube is having its 20th anniversary this year. 20 years. Let that
Of
sink in.
YouTube exist. Yeah, 20 years of YouTube existing. To all those people that think you were in the young category, you're now unk status.
Yeah, like, I started watching YouTube in 2009, so I was 5 at the time.
That's
And
a lot of years of watching.
yep, and I've been wanting to be and I was wanting to be a YouTuber from when I was 10, and here I am now. Like, I'm not just a YouTuber, I'm also a Twitch streamer. A
You're a
for
content creator.
exactly. And not only that, I've also been making online books that has good narratives. Like, I, with the Mirrorgate universe stories, like, I just like write whatever makes sense for it. Like, it's just insane to know that YouTube is having its 20th anniversary. Good thing I'm correcting myself. I almost said fourth, but I stopped myself in time. And this year makes it 5 years on YouTube for me. And you want to know what is July 6th? You know what it is.
Buddy's anniversary?
Yep. How many years?
4?
Close. It was 3. We
I
yeah,
was
yeah, you were
I'm like I'm trying
so
to my brain
close
ain't
at the dot. The
my brain
fourth
was
anniversary. Yeah,
my
the
brain
fourth
was braining
anniversary is
anyway.
not until next year, but I do think that this year is going to be a good anniversary, like the 3rd anniversary, and so far we have 4 recorded comments. And an idea that I've been doing, an idea that I'm going to do again this year, is have a 60-second clip of my comment and do an extended version of it on my solo channel. Because, yeah, 2021, I was making friends with the original members of the group. I was not by myself originally. Well, technically I was, but not quite. But you get the idea.
It's a yes and no kind of thing where it's like, yes, I was by myself, but no, I had some form of support.
Yes, like, I remember that from when I started my YouTube channel, I told my classmates about it, let alone the ones that I am friends with. And you were one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And
What's the respect of my name? I'm kidding.
something I think would be awesome is if the Floridians of the buddies meets each other in person and we do cool shit together. Like, what
Then
is
we do the Macarena.
like what's a good example that you can think of on what would be a cool idea to do with the rest of the Floridians?
Do the Macarena in a circle around each other, while at the same time doing the Glendo dance, which is basically the same thing.
Yeah, some ideas I think would be cool for vlogs is if we're like hanging out, like going to amusement parks together, like exploring around malls, flea markets, and if we like want to have like a relaxing vlog to where we're just like hanging out, camping would be a
Barnes
fun
and
idea.
Noble.
Barnes? Did you just say Barnes and Nobles?
Barnes and Noble, yes.
Yeah, we technically already did that with the Wireglass Mall vlog.
Why not make a part two with all the Floridians?
I see your point, and other ideas that I feel like would be fun is that if we went to the Brandon Mall, the Citrus Park Mall, the Clearwater Mall, the Florida Mall that's in Orlando, you get the idea. And
I
with
think
a
the most accessible mall would be the Wiregrass Mall for me, though. 'Cause I have a bus that can take me straight there.
and when it comes to amusement parks, Busch Gardens and Universal are the first two that pops up in my mind on which one I think would be a fun one. And you want to know what would be a interesting vlog idea? If we were
Fancy.
allowed to record in the houses for Halloween Horror Nights.
Okay, good. I'm about to say, if you said Disney World, I was about to say.
Yeah, nah, fuck Disney, to be honest. Fuck Disney World. I would rather go to Universal Studios than go to Disney World.
If I had to go to a Disney park, it would be Studios. Because that's where all the Star Wars stuff is.
I see your point with that one, and it would be the same thing for me. Like, and another idea that I think would be fun is if we went to Epic Universe for the Harry Potter portion, the Super Mario World, the How to Train Your Dragon Isles of Berk,
Did you
and
know
the
they're
Dark
making a live
Universe.
action version of it?
Of what?
How to Train Your Dragon. There's going to be a live action version of it.
Oh yeah, I know about that. I just don't know how to feel about it.
You don't know to feel good or mad about it or not at all about it.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
want
know.
to I want to give it a fair chance before I say whether or not if I like it or hate it, or wait until reviews for it comes out.
Yeah, because it's still in the very early stages, I admit.
Yeah. And with that, I think we've made it to the end of episode 13. And there is one good question that I do have for you. If we were to have a guest, let alone a if we were to invite a content creator that we're friends with into the podcast as a guest, who would you want to have and why? Like, I got a few ideas I can think of. Like, Maple Chicken would be a fun idea to invite into the podcast. That way, we can like get to know her as a content creator, like what who she was back then, and what makes her the person that she is today. And Midnight and Shane are two other members of the Buddies who are also writers, but it would be fun to invite them so that we can like get to know them, like get to know them as a person and what type of stuff that they've been working on. Like, I just don't know like where to start with ideas, but if you guys have any ideas and if you're interested in them, feel free to let us know down in the comments. Like, when it comes to the Halloween ideas, one idea that I think would be a cool one for the haunting industry is Brick Thunder. Who is a Halloween YouTuber. Why are you pointing at me?
Like and subscribe.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of, if you guys want to support your podcasters, there is a card to it down in the description. This has been Jason, aka Crazy Fox 51, and
This is
Tyler.
Tyler, also known as the Dreaded Shadow.
Yep. And this has been All Things Nerdy, the podcast of the Buddies for Nerds from Nerds, and we'll see you guys in episode 14 either next month or in a few weeks if we end up doing episode 14 with a guest, which they would be the first one in the podcast. We're not 100% sure who it will be with yet for when the time comes. For now, lips are sealed. See you guys around.
Good night, everybody. I love you.